Yes, sir. Little create gains, little BPN pump work, endo pump. Your body's gonna hold a little bit of water. I mean, if you're thinking that that's gonna like throw your physique off, it will not. So anyway, definitely get on some creatine if you have not tried it. Really basic dosing, like 5 to 10 grams per day, and just do that for life. And then I also do the endo pump. Basically, so I've been on the create gains for a minute. I mean, I think everyone should be taking that shit. Tons of research behind it. Nothing anywhere close to people that think it's sketch. It's like taking a fucking protein powder. So very reliable. It's safe. Gives you, you know, technically, I mean, it gives you more strength, more power output, maybe more reps, and just keeps you feeling a little bit more like, you know, just gives you a little something extra in the gym. Anyway, once I actually grow this channel, hopefully I can get linked up with these guys. I kind of fell off the pre-workout train for a while. I've kind of been on and off for years, but I used to go on it pretty hard every day, every fucking day. I would take a scoop of that, dry scoop it, and just recently trying this endo pump. So some of the shit in here, the vitamin C, the sodium. Obviously, sodium is big for pumps. If you can't invest in a pre-workout, doing something with some sodium in it pre-workout would be really beneficial to you. This has L-citrulline and beta-alanine, or sorry, betaine nitrate, not beta-alanine. So it's a nitric oxide 3T booster, 1.5 grams. So anyway, you can check that out. Fire as shit. I just been noticing the last couple of workouts, I'll take that shit before I train, and the pumps are just crazy. Like, I just notice it instantly. Get real vasky real quick, start blowing up like everywhere. So I like that. More blood to the muscles, a better pump, a better connection, right? That's half of training. If you're not feeling the muscle, you're not working it, right? So just gonna basically able to grab the muscle a little better, just feel the contractions, and obviously you just look like a fucking tank when you're on that shit. So in addition to obviously eating good, hydrating before, you know, sleeping and all that shit. But anyway, basic stuff, creatine and a little pre. So I don't think I'm gonna add in any training footage to this vid. It's just gonna be the physique update and the little bit of nutrition, but yeah, that's it. And just want to stay accountable, kind of show where I'm at. Natty gangs for life. Maybe in like 10 years I'll get up some shit, but natty gang. Anyway, just kind of see where my back, legs, chest, everything is. So do a couple just flexes, couple poses, do a little bit of my nutrition, kind of where I'm at. From a nutrition side of things, and kind of how I where I put my calories, kind of how I prefer to do things, and just, yeah, what my numbers are, the macros and overall calories on a day-to-day basis. So anyway, that's it, and I'll see you guys down in the garage. Peace. All right, so just down here solo. I'm not gonna have the kiddo do it. I'm just gonna try to post up, find some good lighting, and just get some good shots for you guys. Then we'll go over just some basic macros and kind of food, where I'm at on the nutrition side of things, as far as calories, protein, carbs, fats, and just kind of how I like to do shit. So let's do it. Tasty whites. Anyway, trying to grow the wheels, need some wheels. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Obviously really quick, couple shots, nothing crazy. See where I'm at, staying lean, still getting vasky. You know, still not paper thin skin, but, you know, lean, got abs, you know, keep those year round. Never really falling off track, just because I'm always training, always eating good, and just, it's just part of it. It's a lifestyle thing, right? Never really falling off track. That's just how it goes. So anyway, I'm gonna grab a marker, and we'll get into a little bit of the calorie game. Show you guys how I like to do shit, how I like to track shit. So there's a screenshot of kind of what I'm gonna be talking about, basically protein, carbs, fats, give you guys an idea of how I eat on a daily basis. All right, so basic stats, all right, 6'1", 225. You know, weight varies from like, honestly, 224 to 230, depending on when I check my weight. You know, if I'm really eating crazy for the day, if I maybe took a day or two off, I'll obviously add a little bit of weight, just I'm holding the glycogen and not burning it through training. So that's always a plus. I like seeing those bigger numbers, you know, on the scale. But so protein to start. So basically, back to my last video, you know, the protein amounts, you guys want about 1 gram per pound. Again, the variables on that really, it's person to person, how active you are you really training that hard that you need 1 gram per pound? I would say a lot of people don't. And if you're hitting like 4 or 5 really tough workouts a week, strength-based, CrossFit, weight training, stuff like that, your body's really breaking down. You know, in addition to all the other benefits that protein does for the body, you know, for recovery and actually adapting, right, and growing. Obviously you need those aminos and that protein to put on weight, right, to stay strong and to add muscle tissue. So on that, kind of just some small points on all this stuff is these little asterisks, right? Just some small points for you guys. So I'd say about 1 pound per 1 pound of meat is to be eaten for every 100 pounds that you weigh, right? So I weigh 200 pounds, over 200 pounds, that's 2 pounds of meat a day. And maybe that sounds crazy, but really when you cook it and you eat it, it goes down pretty easy. And every now and then, like, I mean, I would say most days I'm getting at least 1.5 pounds of meat on, you know, I try to get at least 2 pounds. But obviously it's more expensive, it adds up, a lot of cook time, it's heavy, you know, so I'll sub things out I'll sub the protein out for egg whites or egg yolks, because obviously I got a bunch of fats I gotta hit too, so I'll do whole eggs, that could be a meal replacement, stuff like that. But a lot of fatty chicken, chicken thighs, a lot of ground beef, I'll do shrimp and this and that every now and then, but it just kind of depends on, you know, what I'm vibing with for the week. Within 3 to 5 meals a day, I'm getting that amount, right? And maybe even a snack or two if I'm really trying to get my calories in and trying to, you know, stay in that surplus, obviously. So, you know, total calories, we'll go over that once this is all finished. But 3 to 5 meals, it doesn't matter when you get so back to kind of like protein timing and, you know, when should I eat this? When should I eat that? When should I eat this? When should I eat that? It comes out of preference, right? And it takes experience, and you got to experiment with that, right? So it takes a couple weeks, a couple months, right? See how it feels with different vibes. You know, as far as getting in, I mean, eating 2 pounds of meat in one sitting, I mean, that's pretty ridiculous, right? And it's not going to be the most efficient as far as having protein circulating through your body throughout the day. And obviously that's just a shit ton of food at once. So I like to divide that protein, that 25 grams per day, between 3 to 5 meals, you know, at least 3 big meals, you know, like prison style, or just, you know, more frequency. Not that more is better, it's just preference, right? My lifestyle, I train from home, I work from home most times, and I'm able to get in my protein, actually cook almost every meal. If not, I eat out even, but I'm getting that throughout multiple meals, right? All right, so now you're looking at the carbs, right? So double body weight, gonna guide my size, my activity level. This has always just been like a standard for me. 2 times my body weight in carbs, right? And this is gonna be almost every meal. If not every meal, I get carbs, and also intra workout, right? As I'm training. You do the calories on that, and actually back to protein real quick. So, and also 225 grams if I'm getting that in each day, times 4 calories per gram of protein, right? We went over that in the last vid, 1,000 calories from protein, right? So then for carbs, 2 times body weight up to like 2.5, maybe even 3. I mean, that's, I've definitely hit 3, you know, every now and then if I'm eating out, I'm just like carb loading, maybe I'll drop my fats a ton and add more carbs in. If I'm really feeling if I want to get really carb heavy, I can just take out some fats and then add carbs in, right? Sometimes a few extra cups of rice, you know, hits better than, you know, getting in more fats. And I'm not super picky on this stuff. I mean, honestly, I eat out. Anybody that knows me, I eat out about once a day. Chick-fil-A, Burgerville, Baja Fresh, Qdoba, any of those fast food chains that are close. Those are just easy calories and the easy way for me to get, you know, a 1,000 calorie meal, 1,200 calorie meal, whatever it is, and it goes down really easy. But, and those have, you know, really high carbs when I'm eating out as well. But yeah, so for the carbs, you know, 450 grams times 4 calories per gram is I'm getting 1,800 calories a day from carbs. And 550 grams, let's say I'm getting in, you know, that's almost 2.5 body weight. 550 grams times 4 calories per gram is 2,200 calories. So obviously a heavy amount of my carbs. And I would say athletes, people that do strength training should probably be this way. At least try it to start, and then kind of fill the fats in later, right? Once you kind of know your numbers and you learn your body and see how your body responds, right, to higher carb. I would never just knock it right out the gate. All right, and then so for fats, I think fats are obviously really important, super important even for males. I talk about hormone levels, keeping you satiated, keeping you full. They're really dense, right? There's 9 calories per gram opposed to 4 calories per gram. So on my fats, kind of some notes would be, you know, you want about 0.3 grams per pound minimum. And so if I'm 225, you know, 75, 150, so 225, this is actually about 0.3 on the dot. right? So that's at a minimum up to about 110 grams. And I get those in about 2 to 3 meals heavy, right? So like usually for breakfast is a big meal. I'll do heavy carbs. I'll do, you know, if I do eggs, I'll do at least 4 whole eggs. You know, each egg has 5 grams of fat. That's 20 grams of fat just in yolks, plus the butter that I cook it in. Maybe I'll do bacon. So sometimes like the morning meal can be really fat heavy. Then even sometimes I'll do, you know, a little bit of fat, you know, 15 to 30 grams in my pre-workout meal, about an hour, hour and a half before, in addition to my carbs as well. So totals there, you're looking at 75 grams. If I were to eat 75 grams a day, 9 calories per gram, 675 total calories, 110 grams per day times 9 calories, almost 1,000 calories, just for an even number, 1,000 calories, right? So you add all these up, 1,000, let's say 2,200, so I'm at 3,200 calories, plus another 1,000, right? So that's 4,200 calories a day. And pretty evenly split as far as like, you know, macro diversity, right? I'm not really biasing one. You know, if I'm taking the 4,200 calories and 1,000 of that is from fat, obviously that's about 25%. If I'm getting in 2,200 calories out of 4,200, that's about 50%. And sometimes that'll be even higher, right? And then my proteins are messed, that other 25%. So that's basically it, right? That's how I have been eating for a long time. You know, I've been a little bit heavier consistently. A few years back, I was like 230 solid. Now I'm about 225. You know, but even when I was like 205, 210, I just remember eating like a horse all the time, you know, and just being so active. And I think so being really active is the key to eating like it doesn't matter, right? Because those that aren't active, that aren't getting their steps in, that aren't weight training hard, that aren't hitting hard sets, your body's not burning all this fuel, right? Just burn calories at a more efficiently, and you're not going to be storing it, right? So like I said earlier in the vid, I definitely notice when I don't train, like if I take a day or two off, my body's just wrecked, and I just eat for the next day or two, recovery mode, right? Because the gains happen outside of the gym. I'll notice I'll put on like 4 or 5 pounds, you know. Is it muscle? Obviously not, but that density and kind of that muscle full of glycogen, it's definitely a different look, and the pumps are crazy. The next workout, and you just feel good and recovered, right? So anyway, carbs are a protein sparing nutrient, right? They help the protein do what they got to do, and those have always been a huge piece to my training. And the point I missed actually with the carbs is this intra workout. So I'm a big fan of, you know, let's say you are dialed in on your macros, you know, to a T. You can maybe take off a few carbs from your morning, your lunch, your dinner, whatever it is, and put it into your intra workout meal. Because again, there's not a specific time. Like it's not like because I had this at this time, I'm gonna make way more gains. It's more just preference, right? If you get a better pump, if you're recovering better, you have more energy to put into your sets when you train. So that's why I'm a huge fan of intra workout nutrition. So I'll do easy stuff like gummy bears, gummy worms. I'll do Sour Patch Kids, you know, shit like that. So actually, these are from the other day. These gummies. So what is this? 9 pieces, has 23 sugars. So I'll have, I mean, at least 1 serving, maybe 2. So I'm getting in 20 to 45 grams of carbs, and that's just circulating through my body, you know, with some endo pump, with some pre-workout on there. That shit is fire. Just based off that, if my body feels like it needs more, it'll tell me. If I'm not recovering properly, you know, I'll play those variables in my head. You know, was I getting hard sets? Was I going closer to failure? Did I sleep right? Like all these things add up. I can't just say, oh, I didn't eat enough. You know, just like with training, there's a gym IQ. So like, you know, when you've been in the gym a while, just like anybody with a craft, right? Somebody that works at Intel, somebody that's an engineer, somebody, whatever, right? A teacher, you know, anybody, you know, a masseuse, anybody like that, they're gonna know their craft because they put in the time, right? They studied it, they've done the real life shit where they're actually doing what they need to do, and they learn as they go. So same comes with like nutrition. I mean, you gotta like try things, and you gotta see how your body responds, you gotta see how you feel, and obviously you have to look at your body and see how your body changes, right? And so that comes with time. Obviously there's some basic blueprints like I did in my last video, or just, you know, calculators online, just common sense, right? What is logical and what is a good baseline. But even from that, you got to play with it, right? You can't just live and die by these certain numbers or calculators or whatever this guy told you. You got to try it. So hopefully this gives you guys an idea, for those that are watching that even care. All right, gives you guys an idea of where I'm at with the calories, and you know, and yeah, that's pretty much it. So I think I'm gonna wrap this video up, and the next vid, I'm hoping to definitely get some training footage of probably like a push day. I'm thinking chest tricep, shoulders, and give you guys a little bit of that action, get some benching in, get some pressing, show you some tricep variations that I like, and whatnot. So anyway, that's it. Peace.